We're here with our Football 101 series, breaking down the basics of the game to the more advanced. And today we're talking about offensive personnel, what those mean, what all those numbers mean when you hear people say 12, 13, and things like that. So y'all stay tuned.
Well, hello, who's next? Can't nobody stop us because we bump and grind. Well, hello, who's next? Are you capping, talking sauce, do your words match your video? Well, hello, who's next? Can't nobody stop us because we bump and grind.
Welcome, Patreon. Football 101, offensive personnel. We're doing something different. It's your guy, CT the Fan. Got T-Cal the Professor. We going all the way back to elementary.
May seem like elementary, but this is important stuff that a lot of people don't know watching football. I know people that done played college football and still can't tell you some of the stuff that we're going to talk about. So first, we're talking about offensive personnel. So that's going to be the first thing that we go with. And did you know like the differences before I had told you like through videos? Did you know what the personnel differences were and how to read those and everything?
I had no idea, bro. But now I'm starting to understand why you're so good at Madden. So I had no idea, bro. Honestly, as long as I've been watching football, I thought, hey, defensive lineman, your job is just run at the quarterback. Offensive lineman, your job is to keep him away from the quarterback. Like, I mean, because if I didn't, that's what the media. That's what.
There's no reason for you like
right.
to know.
I
just as
had
a
no
normal,
idea. Yeah.
There's reason to because it makes watching the game more enjoyable and stuff, but you wouldn't just happen upon it. So you hear these things like, okay, what does that mean? So that's what we're here for, is to be able to break these down. So we're also doing this in a private live chat right now for our Patreon members. If you guys aren't familiar, you can go into the link of our bio or the description of this video to be able to join Patreon, where you get exclusive and bonus access among private chats and private live watch parties, just a ton of things. So you can click the link in the bio. You can go on Patreon, just search Buffed in Prime, or you can go to our page and pick a tier, join a tier. Awesome stuff in there, information that is definitely worthwhile. So let's get to this. What's up, everybody who's in here?
Salute.
So we're starting from the basics of offensive personnel. So this is to start that off. These are some key things to know. One is the formation. The offensive formation must have at least 7 players on the line of scrimmage.
See, I didn't even know that.
So there's 5 offensive linemen. And then after those offensive linemen, you need 2 more players on the line of scrimmage, which could be a tight end, could be a receiver, could be 2 receivers, and so forth. At any time, there are 5 eligible receivers. At least there's supposed to be 5 eligible receivers that can catch the ball. Receivers doesn't just mean a wide receiver. That could be a running back, just anybody who's able to catch the ball. And you've seen it in the Detroit Lions this past season, where offensive linemen reported eligible. That's what it means. They're reporting eligible to be able to catch the ball. So that's something to keep in mind, something important to know as we start to go through these formations and personnels.
I don't mean to cut you off. When they got to report that they're eligible, are they just telling that to the referee and the referee tells the defense, or it's just, hey, we just telling the referee, defense don't even get to know?
No, when they tell the ref tells everybody.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
The main reason for that is there's ineligible numbers to catch the ball, certain lineman numbers. So if somebody is going to be eligible, the ref has to let everybody know. Remember, that was that whole mix-up with the Detroit Lions. Did he report eligible?
Oh, right. Yes, right.
So another aspect of this is a covered-up receiver. So a covered-up receiver means that there's someone else outside of them that is also on the line of scrimmage. So if you have a receiver and a tight end on the line of scrimmage on the same side, that tight end, because he's more inside of the two, cannot go out for the pass. He's no longer eligible and then becomes a lineman. And as you can see on here, that means he can't go more than 3 yards down the field. So this is important playing football, especially on a defense, because some teams line up this way on purpose. And if you're not paying attention to what's going on, a defender could be guarding a tight end that's covered up by an outside receiver, even though he has no chance to go out for a pass. So you would be wasting, basically a play by guarding. That's like me coming down as a safety and guarding the center. Like the center, like there's no benefit to doing that. He's not going out for a pass. So it's really important to be able to know these things and understand these things in the game of football. Let's go to the next one. So these are the personnels. Like we said, there's always going to be 5 eligible at any point in time. Mm-hmm. So all of these have to equal up to 5. If they don't, that means I did my math wrong. But personnel goes, the first number when you hear personnel is running back. The second number when you hear personnel is tight ends. And then after that, you just subtract 5 or subtract the running back and tight end number from 5. And that's how you get the receivers. So 0 personnel, no running backs, no tight ends, 5 receivers. 1 personnel, no running backs, 1 tight end, 4 receivers. 10 personnel, 1 running back, no tight ends, 4 receivers, and so forth. You can keep going for there. So I'll leave this up for a second so everybody can read through it and get a grasp of it. What's going on, Nicholas? What's going on, y'all? What is going on? All right. So now we're going to start going to being able to see these and what they actually look like. So this is shotgun empty. Mm-hmm. Shotgun because the quarterback, which is here, he is not underneath the center, meaning getting the ball from underneath the center. He's back away from the center, and the ball is going to be hiked to him. So that's why it's called shotgun. So it's a shotgun. The reason it's called empty is because the backfield is empty, meaning besides the quarterback, there's no one else in the backfield. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receivers. Those are 5 receivers. And as you can see, we have 1 on the line of scrimmage here, 1 on the line of scrimmage there, the 5 linemen on the line of scrimmage. We have 7. We're good. So that's 0 personnel or 00 personnel, whatever you want to call it. Now this is 01 personnel. So we're still empty. Only thing we did is instead of this being a receiver right here, this is now a tight end right here. So this receiver would need to come off the ball because right now there's 8 on the line of scrimmage. If this receiver does not come off the ball, then he is ineligible to run a route because he's by this wide receiver. All right, so now we got 10 personnel. We see this a lot in college football. This is huge in college football. This is what Colorado was primarily in last year. And this is what we talk about when receivers, when people ask which receiver starting, that's determined on what type of personnel the team uses. Because if they use 11 personnel, that means there's 3 receivers in. If they use 10 personnel, that means there's 4 receivers in. So 10 personnel means we have 1 running back right here. Here's the quarterback, no tight ends. And we have 4 receivers. And this formation, I also added some formation names. Now, people call different formations different things in different offenses, but this is what my verbiage was. So shotgun, 10 personnel. This is trips, meaning we have 3 on this side. 3 on this side is trips. Now, there's other things that we'll get a little more technical in, like this is 10 personnel, shotgun, trips, bunch. So we have 3 on the side still. Everything else is the same, but now they're in a bunch formation. So there's trips, bunch. Now we go to pro, shotgun pro. What pro means in the sense of how I was taught is you have 2 receivers. Well, not even necessarily 2 receivers, but you have a tight end and a receiver on one side, and then you have a receiver or 2 receivers on the other side. And we call this blue flex pro in my defense, but people call it other things. But 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Tight end's on the ball, so this receiver has to be off the ball. This receiver's off the ball, so this receiver has to be on the ball.
That's wild because when I watched football, I thought everybody just had to be at the line of scrimmage. Like, like all the receivers, because they look down. I just thought, wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so when you see a receiver looking down, he's confirming with the ref that he's on the line of scrimmage. And that's why he's confirming, because if he's not, then it can be a penalty. And that's something that we saw a lot more happening this past season. I remember somebody, I think the Chiefs or someone lost the game because of that, because they weren't actually on the line of scrimmage. So this is another shotgun formation. Now this is 12 personnel. So we have 1 running back, 2 tight ends, and 2 receivers, because we always have to equal 5. And defense I played in, we call this dot. So it's a shotgun dot. Now this is, it's still in football now, but this was like the main formation back in the day. I formation, I call this I formation pro, 21 personnel. So we have a running back and a fullback, so 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and 2 receivers. This is for more run-heavy teams because you have this lead blocker right here in the fullback, and you have a tight end, so you have some bigger bodies that are more accustomed to blocking out there for you. And here's I formation 22 personnel. So now we added another big blocker in. So we have 2 running backs, 2 tight ends. If they're in this formation, there's a good chance they're going to run the ball. Now, another thing to be concerned about when you see this is play action. And the reason for that is because most teams are assuming you're going to run the ball. So this is a perfect time to do play action, which means you fake the run and then pass it to the quarterback. And let's see what we got next. Oh, so that's all of our personnel. So we got I formation 21. We went all the way up and down the list. I'll come back to it here. And there's more personnel that you can have. Like you can have 13, which is 1 running back, 3 tight ends.
Wow.
And 1 receiver. Yeah.
That sounds like a Jim Harbaugh offense.
Yeah. You could have 23. There's more, but you guys get the sense of it. So I got to play to show y'all and see if we're able to pick up on some of this. See if CT's able to.
Bro, I just learned that I thought everybody had to be on the ball.
No, sir. So
wow.
Where is it? Let me make sure I got the right one. Not that one. This is a good clip to show. Here we go, right here. To show why it's so important to pay attention to. And it's a clip you've never even saw before because it was missing from our breakdown. But y'all in here, y'all watching on YouTube, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is the start of our Football 101 series where we're breaking down the basics to the more advanced. So make sure that you guys get in here, share it with somebody that wants to know the game more, somebody that's into fantasy football or is a fan of a team. Is just keeping it simple so people can understand the game more and have more enjoyment when watching it. But let's go over this. So I got people in the chat. Let me see. Let me go back here. Okay. All right. So people in the chat and CT, you a part of this too. Can somebody tell me what is wrong or different about this formation?
Well, the 2 wide receivers up top are all on the line. Well, the offensive linemen don't seem to be on the. Well, I don't know.
So the tackles, they can be set back a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, no, you're right. The 2 receivers up top are both on the line. So can you explain what that means now after what we just went over?
So that means one of them can't go for a route.
Perfect. Because he's covered up, correct?
Right. Yeah.
So do you know what that means to this side of the field?
That means, hey, you should cover these 2 guys because they're the only ones that can really. Well, and the third one over there can go.
Which one?
The one,
this one,
the closest one to the inside can go run a route, and then these 2 can run a route.
So he can run a route,
right? Yeah, and
he can run a route, and these 2 can run a route.
Oh, you're right.
So that's 4.
Yep. So you're supposed to have 5 eligible, right? And we don't know if a lineman's eligible because they're getting. So is it a? I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. If he catches the ball,
so which side has somebody that's not on the line of scrimmage? As far as
hey, you guys can help me out in here.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's somebody else eligible that you can just see that's eligible. There's one other person eligible.
I would say maybe the guard.
Yep, Decepticon. No, a guard will almost never be eligible because there will be somebody outside of him on the line of scrimmage.
Oh, so the tackle.
This is a tight end.
Oh,
no, but he's in the tackle position.
Right. Okay. Got it.
This was done by design.
That's a cold play, bro. That is a cold play.
This was all done by design. So let's watch this play.
A cold play. Wow.
All done by design.
Wow, that was a cold play.
And as you see, he went uncovered because people saw him in the tackle position and didn't put it 2 and 2 together. Something else you see is right here. He is looking for this screenplay right here. He's looking to go get him on the screen. He's not an eligible receiver. He is, and he is. And that's why he's not going downfield, because then that would be an illegal man downfield. So I love little sneaky things like this. We used to call it on my defense, "Where's Waldo?" So every time I came out as a defense, the first thing I'd yell out is the personnel. 11, 11, 11. Then I'd yell out the formation. Trips bunch, or whatever. So I'm yelling those out. So one is I'm telling myself what it is, but then I'm telling all my teammates what it is. So everybody's okay. Now we know what it is. So right here, I'd be like empty, 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 empty. And then as I'm looking and I see these two online, I'd say, hey, he's ineligible, ineligible, ineligible. Now that I know he's ineligible,
you got to find
I got to see, okay, who is eligible. So then I turn my attention here, because I know if he's covered up, no one on this side of the ball that's on the line can run a route. So I look over here, these two guys off, it has to be him. And that's exactly what happened.
Right, that is a nasty play. That's not the who tight end, right?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Wow. That's a big
didn't realize it until it's too late. Once he saw him running down the field,
that was nothing he was going to be able to do.
That's touchdown. And it's important. Defense. This is, I don't remember, I think it might be Iowa State, but y'all D1. Ain't no way you guys shouldn't be able to, figure out, hey, who is actually supposed to be here. So little things like this, I'm telling you, this is what you have to know. And they didn't know this. So we're doing football 101, but you see, they didn't even pick up, hey, this is the issue. So even though it seems, monotonous or, elementary, these things matter. And one of our football 101 videos coming up, one of the first things my coach would have us do is show the length of the field. So we had to know what is the distance from the sideline to the bottom of the numbers, to the top of the numbers, from the hash to the sideline, from in between the hashes. A football field is 53.33 yards wide, 110 yards long. These things are important because when you're playing zones, and these are things that we're going to get into, you have to know what area you need to be in, what landmark you need to be in. If I have this zone right here, I need to be 2 yards on top of the numbers. Well, how far is 2 yards on top of the numbers from, where I am? So things like that. So this is a little intro into football 101, the personnels, seeing why it matters, helping you sharpen up your skills for fantasy football or whatever it may be, going to the barbecues, everything like that. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. And you feel like you learned something, CT?
Oh man, my brain is still it's like you work the muscle like that. Because I'm sitting there thinking like,
that's good.
That much thinking goes into it. Like, you would have never, ever. I feel bad for the defensive side. Now you made me feel like I was too hard on those guys, because I'm sitting like, dang.
There's a lot to think back.
And think that they're sitting there, all that they got to process, all that in such a short amount of time. And that's probably why them speed offenses is so, like hurry up.
Yeah, because you have to, like, you're sitting here trying to decipher everything very quickly and see what's going on. So yeah, there's
crazy. Forget Oregon. Running them speed offense. Exactly. That's an advantage. That's a real advantage.
There's a lot that goes into it. A lot. So yeah. Y'all want more information like this? First, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we have more stuff like this coming out. But if you want the early access, the exclusive access, the fantasy football, the betting, the college football, the player breakdowns, everything, the private chats, I go on forever. Make sure that you follow us on Patreon. Again, you can go just into the description of this video, or you can go to our YouTube channel page. It's there. Or just go to Patreon and type in Buffton Prime. These are exclusive groups where you can get footage and all types of stuff before anybody else and get great information like these. So, CT, what do you got to tell them?
Okay, to evolve. Drop our theme music.
Who's next? Do your words match your video? Yeah, this for my boy TKL, CT the fan. Yeah, we on that buff train, man. Yeah, them boys, they put it down. I watch them every day. Hey, they gon' put you on a pedestal, but they gon' put you down there where you belong. They ain't gon' care for you. Nah, they ain't gon' care for you. Yeah, they gon' love on you. They gon' tell you what to do to get yourself better. It's on you, baby. Yeah.